So when Nano Banana came out, I was blown away. I just thought it was just so great, and this is the future of AI, and this just knocks everything else out of the park, and it's just the best. The things people have done with Nano Banana, incredible. So good. This is what AI is about. But then I remember, hello, I've got an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, and I'm kind of loyal to my way of working, and I love Photoshop and InDesign and Firefly now, even the new AI tool. And a few of my students mentioned on YouTube and in my courses that, well, the AI generative tools in Adobe is all right, but Nano Banana knocks it out of the park, my new favorite expression. And frankly, I agreed. Some of the AI tools in Adobe kind of lacked that full power that Nano Banana had. So I was getting a little bit stressed and thinking, what should I do now? Should I just change my whole way of working? And then Adobe at Adobe MAX in November announced that Nano Banana, alongside other AI partner models, is now available in Adobe Firefly and other Adobe softwares. So you can just use that high quality AI tool right here inside Photoshop, inside Firefly, and so you get the best of both worlds. And I was pretty happy with that. I was like, phew. And also, this is awesome. I get to do it all in one place. And the good news is you don't have to download anything externally. You don't have to pay for something extra. It will be all built in Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Firefly, and you're just going to have to choose which model you want to use. And like I said, it's not just Nano Banana. You also have Flux Context Pro. You also have Topaz, which is incredible for upscaling and the quality and detail of images. And I'll explain in a minute what upscaling is. You also have VEO, which is excellent for videos. Now, a few things to note about these is, like, if you're not familiar with any of these AI models, and you're like, well, which one should I choose and why should I choose them? So a bit more information. So Topaz Labs is incredible for AI upscaling. And now Adobe Photoshop has an AI upscaler tool, which means it takes little pictures that aren't so high quality and then increases the resolution or the quality of that image using the Topaz AI model. So Topaz is great for details, and also added Topaz Denoise or Sharpen, which both, again, increases the quality. It sharpens the images. It removes all the fluffs and the noise and all that. So Topaz is incredible. It's one of the AI models inside Adobe Firefly, Adobe Photoshop. Now, Nano Banana is the best for portraits and peoples and animals, and mainly for keeping characters consistent. So a lot of AI tools have the issue where, they'll generate a person or an animal, and it's every time it's another person, but you can see quite clearly here that Nano Banana Gemini is consistent with the characters, which is so useful. And then you've got VEO, which is great for video. So if I select video, for instance, this is Adobe Firefly, I can choose between a few models. These are all video models. You've got Pika and VEO and Ray. I suggest you test them all out. Now, if you select image, then you can choose between Nano Banana or Gemini, which again is great for humans, portraits, animals, faces, characters. You've got Imagen, you've got GPT, which is OpenAI, and Runway. So you can really choose between each of these. Now, one thing to note about the Adobe models versus the partner models, the AI partner models, is that Adobe models are commercially safe. Now, what does that mean? Let's see what Adobe says about that. So commercially safe just means along the lines of they're not going to train on your artwork. They're not going to copy your artwork. They're not going to resell your artwork. Basically, your artwork is safe. They don't claim ownership on your artwork or your content. And this is great, especially if you have non-disclosure or it's quite delicate information. It's a company, it's not released yet information. So this is quite useful. But for models created by others, Adobe obviously doesn't have control over what these models decide to do, or these AI apps decide to do with your content. So that's something to note. Now, another thing to note is these partner models are only available in premium subscription. I personally have the premium subscription. I have the full Creative Cloud subscription, all the AI, all the Adobe apps, because I use quite a few of them. And so it's available. So it's great. So you've got all the benefits of Adobe and the accuracy and the details and the amazing characters and portraits and all that jazz that you can do with the partner models like Nano Banana, which is awesome. So let me show you, for instance, in Adobe Photoshop, how to use Nano Banana, for instance. So just to open a random image, and this is the taskbar, and this is where everything is. I'm just going to create a selection here. And now generative fill will appear. Click. And if I click on this FI logo, Firefly, this is where I get to choose the Adobe models versus the partner models. And you can see Nano Banana is right here. And so is Flux Context Pro. But if you wanted, you could still choose Firefly. So let me start with Firefly and see what it comes up with. And I'll type a watercolor illustration of an exotic bird with pink and glitter feathers. And I'm going to click on generate. Ooh, this is interesting. Glitter, and these are just feathers. Perhaps I didn't prompt it the best way. So remember, this is Firefly. So I'm just going to hide this layer. I'm going to go back to the background and I'm going to generate something else, this time using Nano Banana or Gemini. So I'm going to click on here and choose Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. And I'm just going to paste the exact same thing that I wrote. And I am as curious as you, by the way. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. We're in this together. And wow, this is pretty, beautiful. I think this is much better. Definitely caught the watercolor and the detail and the pink and the glitter. Very cool. Now, one thing to notice is if I choose my watercolor illustration from Firefly image, and in properties, it will say here Firefly, I have 3 options, although these 2 options aren't great. And if I go to this one, let me hide that. AI partner models only generate a single image, while Adobe models, Adobe Firefly generates 3 variations or images. So that is cool. Just for fun, I'm going to try it one more time, but with Adobe Firefly. And I'm going to show you a few different models. First, we'll start with image and we'll start with Nano Banana. And I'll write, I guess the last prompt I created is a colorful jungle bird wearing sneakers and walking on clouds. And I'm going to click on generate Nano Banana. And this is what I created earlier, which was really cool. Sneakers or trainers, if you're British, walking on clouds, and look at this detail. It's simply gorgeous. Now I'm going to download this and I'm going to go back and I would like to go to video this time. And this time I'm going to choose VEO, which is great for videos. And I can choose a first frame. And I'm going to choose the image that I just downloaded, this one. And I'm going to write clouds moving towards camera, flickering feathers, and during sunset. Generate, and again, I don't know what will happen. I'm moving along with you. Now, every time you start using the partner models, it tells you select OK, and it says partner models are not created by Adobe, so you are responsible for determining whether a model is appropriate for your project. And you need to be 18 or over. Your content will not be used to train generative AI models. Phew, that's quite nice to hear. Click on OK, and let's see. It's currently generating. And there we go. Let's press play and see what it came up with. Wow. Ugh, this is amazing. Look at the clouds. The clouds are indeed moving towards the camera, towards us. See the clouds moving, the feathers flickering, and it's sunset-ish. So this is just wow. I don't think Firefly was doing this level, this quality. So I, for one, am super excited and I'm looking forward to using AI partner models in Adobe, especially Nano Banana. I cannot wait to start creating incredible content. Although I do think it's all about prompting and knowing how to talk and having really creative ideas, because AI is only as good as what you tell it to do for now. Let's see if that will change in the future. And I think I for one, still need to learn exactly how to delegate and to create really incredible scenes the way I saw in Adobe MAX. So thumbs up for me. So my name is Kate Silver, and as always, it's a pleasure guiding you through Adobe softwares, AI softwares, graphic design, and anything creative.